Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love.
Hey guys, it's Lydia and welcome to Gymnastics 101. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video. It's how to do a back handspring. For those of you who are new to my channel, it should be in the title, but I am a self-taught gymnast, so I am not going to be responsible for any injuries you get for this skill. These are my personal tips and opinions on how I got the skill and how it may help you. So today I have my notes, because I'm stylish that way, totally. If this tutorial helps you, please tell me in the comments, hit that big red subscribe button, and let's get started. First, I'm gonna go over the basic steps. The first step is to present. A lot of people overlook this. I mean, like for me personally, I was like, the present isn't that big of a deal. Yes, it is. Notice in most gymnastic skills, your arms are up by your ears. When you're doing handstands, cartwheels, back handsprings, front handsprings, your arms are almost always up by your ears. So the present is to start you off with your arms by your ears, and it helps you get more power when you go backwards to go and do a backwards skill. There's a lot more to the present than just that, but just know that the present is very important. The second step is the squat. When you squat, you want to make sure your arms come down from your ears very powerfully, and they just go like this. They go way back here, like you're sitting in a chair. If you need to, practice putting your arms up by your ears, squatting back like and sit down literally in a chair. Put a chair behind you, sit down in the chair, and then get up, try it again, just so you can get the movements, and then your brain and your body will start doing the same thing just instantly, because you'll get used to it, and that's what they will remember. The squat is very important, because you don't want to squat like straight down. You want to sit back in the chair so you can get that backwards momentum. The next thing is the jump back. In a back handspring, you're not jumping up like you would in a back tuck. You're jumping backwards. I struggle with this. I tend to jump up more, so my back handsprings are very undercut. The next step, and I'm terrible at this, in the back handspring, you're supposed to land on your hands like in a handstand. Then you're supposed to snap your feet down to the ground and pop up into a rebound. Some people may not struggle with it as much as I do, but I struggle with it. The fifth step is the landing. Make sure you land with bent knees, because if you land with your knees locked out, you're gonna do some serious damage. It's just not good. Do not land with straight legs. And that's it. That is all there is to a back handspring. The hardest part for me personally in doing the back handspring is the fear. So here are some fear tips. One last thing before we go to the fear tips. I'm landing like this in my back handsprings, and my arms tend to be way out here. You want your arms to be as close as your ears as possible, and you want them turned in. Think of it this way. You wouldn't high-five somebody like this, right? You would high-five somebody like this. This is just uncomfortable. I mean, you can't high-five somebody like that. You can do it like this, because you can put more oomph into it. You want as much oomph in your spring as you possibly can. Repetition, that's what it is with the back handspring. On to the fear tips. Some things you can use to get over the fear that may help you. Use a trampoline, use a mattress, use a really grassy spot in your yard, or get a spotter. When they spot you, they need to be holding the small of your back and your upper thigh, or behind your knee. Make sure to communicate with your spotter. That's one thing that is very big when you're doing like more upgraded skills. You need to be in tune with what your spotter is doing, and they need to be in tune with what you're doing. You guys need to know what's going on, because if you go for a skill and they're not prepared to help you, or they don't know what you're doing and they try and help you do something and they actually mess up and like you land on your head, that's both of y'all's fault. You're supposed to know what the other person is doing. And you, as the person attempting the skill, you need to be telling your spotter what you want, how you want it, what they need to be doing, especially if they've never done any gymnastics before. Same thing if you're getting spotted on the trampoline. The trampoline is going to be easier to a certain extent, especially on your brain. When I first was doing back handsprings on the trampoline, this is what I looked like. So sneak peek, if you want to see my entire back handspring journey, even before I got it on the ground, then I'll leave it linked in the description. When you're doing it on the tramp, you can land on your back and then flip over and try and land on your feet. That did not work for me at all. I was petrified. So I would land on my back and I wouldn't be able to flip back over. So it may not work for you, but it may. So that's just something I'm throwing out there. Did not work for me. The next thing you could do was go sideways. Some people say if you just throw yourself over to the side, it's easier. Yes, probably on your brain, but it's also gonna make you have terrible form and you're gonna learn it the wrong way. Now, I'm not legalistic about it. I'm not gonna say don't ever do that because it's horrible and you always have bad form. Hey, if you just wanna learn how to do a back handspring just to impress somebody, then go for it, okay? It doesn't matter really what it looks like. I still go sideways sometimes, okay? I'm still messing up. I still have problems, but that's just me progressing at my own pace. The very last thing is do fast back limbers. Again, this didn't work for me. It worked for some people. Some people said that they just did it downhill. That's another thing you could do. But they just did fast back limbers downhill, and then finally, they just jumped into it. Not in a million years did I want to do that. I was absolutely mortified, horrified, just never, ever going to jump backwards on that back handspring. I needed a spotter every single time on the trampoline, and then I got it, and I'm rambling too much. This is a tutorial, not my whole entire gymnastics story. If you want to see that, that's also gonna be in the description. Don't overthink it, okay? I know it's easy to do, and I know it's tempting, but just don't. I'm a big overthinker when it comes to certain things. Other things I just can do and it's no big deal because I'm not afraid. And as far as stretching, this is the first thing you need to do before anything else. Stretch your back, your wrists, your ankles, your shoulders, and your bridge. Stretching your bridge is like the best thing you can do because not only does it stretch out your back, it also stretches out your shoulders. And those are the things you're really gonna be using in the skill. Wrists are very important because you're putting a lot of pressure on them. And ankles, well, I have an ankle injury because I bent it back too far. So you definitely need to warm up your ankles. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's what you wanted, and I hope you learned something. After you learn the back handspring, you can go on to other more advanced skills. You can start learning a back tuck. You can start learning back handspring step outs, round off into back handsprings, and doing multiple back handsprings in a row. Always very fun. This is what I love about gymnastics. It's the backwards tumbling that I love doing, but it's the one I'm also most scared of doing. I am Lydia. I am a self-taught gymnast. If I can do it, so can you. So go out there, try it out, ask your parents, tell your parents you're doing it first and foremost. Don't just go out and start throwing yourself backwards. But hey, if you're confident enough to do that, let your parents know, get some pillows, go and start throwing skills, okay? If you have any more questions for me, you can get in contact with me through Snapchat, Musical.ly, or Instagram. And obviously, YouTube right here. And if you have any more tutorials that you want to see, then comment those down below. I will try and make it happen. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! The things you can use to get over the fear tips are, the wind is blowing. I really hope the wind is not bothering anything. This is going to be the one thing that messes me up. Come on, wind, don't do this to me. Car. Photo bomb, thank you. Have a nice day. It's very loud. For those of you who are new to my channel, make sure to hit that red